Hi guys, Talon here, and welcome to my new series of commentary videos. I plan on taking high quality HD gameplay and discussing different topics. Today's footage is some test footage I took with Nvidia Shadowplay on Call of Duty Ghosts. If you have a 6 or 7 series Nvidia card, I'd highly recommend checking out, as the latest version that came out actually will record your desktop as well as all audio from your PC instead of just your game. Now to get started with today's story, it's an incident that was kind of disturbing in my life. First, I'll give you a little bit of background. This happened with a friend of mine who was the youngest child of his family. All of his siblings were, 10, 15 years older than him. So he was a little bit spoiled. He basically just got whatever he wanted, like Oakley sunglasses, new backpack, shoes. He had a collection of bicycles. I remember there was a lot of stuff that he had. He also had some, guns and four-wheelers, and we did all kinds of stuff at his dad's house. We'd stay there for weeks at a time. So at this point in the story, we were about, I'd say 12 or 13, and we were kind of starting to get interested in building things in carpentry. We built a little clubhouse with like some plastic sheeting and 2x4s, and we stayed in there in the when it was real cold out, and we're like, wow, this is pretty warm. So we decided, the next year, as soon as spring hit, we wanted to build a treehouse. So his dad had a lot of extra wood and tools and stuff in his shed, so we started going as soon as the snow was out, and we're able to actually drive stuff from the ground. So we started building this, and I'd say it probably took us the whole summer almost to complete. It was 4 stories. It had a balcony, tar paper roof, like a closing door. You could lock it. We put a little turnbuckle lock on it. It had a tube that you could, go pee right from the treehouse. You didn't have to walk outside and get mosquitoes all over you. I mean, it was really cool. I mean, for 2 kids to build, I think it was pretty impressive. I mean, if adults saw it, it looked hideous, and I think he wanted to tear it down as soon as we didn't want it anymore. But, we had fun with it, so that's all I cared about. So once it was all done, we stayed out there all the time. We had just made friends with another kid down the road that was a cousin of one of our friends, and, we had started riding BMX with him and different stuff, and he invited him over to the treehouse. We're like, cool, let's hang out. So there's plenty of room for all of us in there. We're in there just, being kids, doing, bullshitting and different things. So at one point we decided, we looked, we're like, we're out of drinks, aren't we? We thought we had brought, more than we had brought, and, there was not enough drinks. So like, well, my friend said, I'll run to the garage and get more Pepsi. And, so he goes down and closes the door and leaves and goes to get more Pepsi. And the garage is, I'd say, about 50 yards away where the drinks were at. And it's attached to the house. So he leaves, and he comes back about a minute later, opens up the door, and just says, you guys need to come out here. I mean, right now. And we're like, what's wrong? And he's just like, just come on. So we follow him over there. He very slowly, I mean, like a ninja, completely silently, turns the knob and opens the walk-in door to the garage. And he opens it all the way, and the first thing you hear is loud moaning echoing through the garage. We're like, what the hell? I mean, so the reason was because the door to the house from the garage was open, and, just the screen door was open, So we were hearing porno, and we're like, what the hell? We're like, either this is porno or they're in there hardcore doing it like porn stars. So, I mean, we were no strangers. We knew it was porno. This is when I'd say 2000, 99, 2000, something like that. So, this was when the internet had lots of free porn. So we would always sneak down, to my friend's mom's computer at night and look at porno. I mean, that was our, we're kids. That's our thing. So the only thing we could think to ourselves at that point is, what is going on in there? I mean, do we even want to know? We didn't know if, what was going on. So we thought of a few ways. I mean, we could either go around the house, look in the window right next to the couch, but the problem with that is it's right there, and all it would take for one of them to glance to the side, see 3 dumbass kids looking in at them, and then, I don't know, we get in trouble. I don't know if they'd be embarrassed. I mean, it would have been bad. So, we nixed that right away. The other option we finally thought of was if we stood on the picnic table in the backyard, we could see through a sunroom into a sliding door, like a big glass sliding door, and the back of the couch and the TV. So we get up there, we stand on the picnic table, and we peek in there. And we look, and, I mean, honestly, when we were going to, we stood up on there, we figured we're going to see some crazy shit. I mean, they're going to be naked. He's going to be getting jacked off. I mean, they're going to be doing 69. There's going to be floppy old titties out. I mean, we just had no idea. And we just had to keep going, though. It's just one of those things where, we've already come too far. We have to see what's happening here. So I mean, I'll be completely honest. When we finally saw what was going on, we could not believe it. They were just sitting there, calm as can be, watching porno. And in this porno is loud. We could hear it out there because, the screen door and the window was open. We could just hear porno. I mean, they're not kissing. They're not doing anything. He's just got his arm around her. They're holding hands. We can see the reflection in a picture above the TV. And they're just watching porno. Like, they're just watching it. They're not doing anything. And they could have been watching CSI. They could have been watching, like any TV show the same way. It was just the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And the only thing we could do at that point was to just laugh and laugh and laugh. But, the problem is if we laughed too loud or made too much noise, the windows were open. They would hear us and know that we were back there. And then we couldn't even think of what would happen. So we had to hold the laughs in. We're just sitting there and we're just laughing. I mean, we probably stood there for about a half an hour, and that was long enough for them to finish the one they were watching. And then after it was done, he got up, changed to a different porno, started that, and they sat right back down the same way and started watching that porno. And that was even funnier to us. Like, it was just, I don't even understand what they're thinking. I mean, are they just building up, and then after they're done, are they going to go in the bedroom? Or I had no clue. It was just the weirdest thing we had seen. And eventually we decided, we just got to go. I couldn't breathe anymore. My stomach hurt, and I was really thirsty because we didn't have any drinks. This is what we came out there for. So we finally left. He snuck back in, very quietly got the drinks, and then we went back to the treehouse. And the really crappy thing about this story is I don't think any of us got more than an hour or two of sleep the whole rest of the night, because one of us would start giggling and then everybody would just start laughing again. And I can be completely honest in saying that I was more sore from laughing that night than any football or basketball or track practice or any sport I ever did. And if that was pretty amusing though, but the worst part was every other time I saw either of them for the rest of my life, you look them in the face and all you think is, why were you guys just watching porno? That's all you think, and it just messes with you. And, sometimes we would just be sitting there at the breakfast table with his dad. His dad he's really cool. He'd always make us breakfast, different things. And me and my friend would just start laughing at him, and he could tell we were laughing at him too. And he would get mad. He's like, what are you guys laughing about? And we could never, ever tell him. What are you going to say to him? He's like, well, we saw you watching porno with your girlfriend, Dad. What are you going to say? It was just insane. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I want to thank you guys for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like more stories like this. Peace out.